Hello and welcome to Interactive Distractions, episode number 562. My name is Chris Fricchio, and I'm here with Jeff Chorney.
What up, everyone?
And it's just the two of us today. We're going to talk about things that happened this week, and then we're going to do some distractions, and we'll see where that lands us. We don't have a whole lot to talk about. There's not, we were searching for some news or something. There's a few news releases that I wanted that I think it would be fun to touch on this week. Some more indie style titles that I think are worth giving some attention. But yeah, other than that, Jeff, how's it going this week, man? What's up?
It's going all right. Had my nephew's his birthday is coming up on Tuesday, I believe, or Wednesday. So
Nice.
we had the
How old is he
celebration
now?
yesterday. He's going to be 12, or he's 12. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's getting up there, man. He's no longer a little baby anymore. He's going to be a teenager soon. Scary.
Yeah.
So we went out for dinner to Mongolian Grill. I'm not sure if you guys have those there.
No, but it sounds good.
Yeah, it's really good. It's kind of like one of those places where it's kind of like an all-you-can-eat place where they have like a meat station, and then like you can get like pasta, rice, like whatever, a bunch of veggies, and you put everything in a bowl, and then they have this humongous like cooking table that there's like four cooks working on these huge like stick-like things to kind of cook everything with, and then they just throw everything on the grill there and make it, and yeah, and you can kind of put your own sauces and seasonings and stuff on there, and he loves that place. It's really good, actually.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds good.
We don't go there too often, so we went there, did all his gifts and stuff there, and kind of like hung out and stuff like that. So it was kind of cool. That was fun. The weekend didn't start very well though. On Friday, nothing bad. Just
okay, good.
Friday night was Game 6 of the Toronto Raptors. And
yeah.
Game. Game 7's going on right now, and I'm purposely not watching. Like, I could have been like, yeah, I can't do tonight. Let's try to force
because you don't want to break your TV.
Yeah, and I don't want to have a heart attack. I don't like that. I get too stressed out like watching playoff games as it is, and Game 7s are just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping by the time we're done recording this, I can go back into the bedroom, and then Tanya will be watching. I'm hoping we'll have like a 20-point lead or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice. So then I can be like, okay, let's just,
watch the rest of the game without stress or without a whole lot of stress.
Yeah. So we were watching Game 6 on Friday, and all of a sudden we're watching in the bedroom, and all of a sudden our TV just went really dim, like very, very dim. And right away I was like, that's the fucking backlight. I think the backlight's gone.
Oh, no.
So I looked it up, and I tried factory resetting it. I tried going to the settings and everything. Nothing was working. I'm like, it's the backlight. The backlight is fried. And of course, once a backlight goes out, it's either you replace it, which costs about like 200 plus anyway, or you get like a new
TV. Yeah.
So it wasn't like the biggest deal because we still have like the living room TV, which is fine, which is also much older than the one in the bedroom. But
interesting.
The one in the bedroom, though, we definitely watch a lot more, just because it's left on a lot. Like sometimes a lot of the times, like I will throw on like The Office or something, and it'll just run till it turns everything off, which I should have had a timer that did it earlier. So sometimes it could be like 3 or 4 hours per night after I fall asleep. So
yeah,
that constantly for like 5 years is probably not a good thing. So that sucked. So initially I was like, okay, well then maybe we can move the living room TV into the bedroom and upgrade the TV in the living room, because that one's kind of oldish now too, and I'm sure it's not going to last that much longer. But we kind of talked about it, and having a 50-inch TV in the bedroom seems a little bit ridiculous. So
what's the size you have in the bedroom now?
43.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
50 would be a little bit overkill. So we decided we're just going to probably replace it with another 43 or whatever. So that sucks. Just another expense.
Those aren't that, like, you could probably find a good 43-inch TV or something similar for about the cost that it would be to repair the one that you've got. So
exactly.
Yeah. Especially if you go for like TCL. What was the brand of the TV that died?
Samsung.
Samsung?
Yeah.
I am now a big fan of TCL. I don't know why. Their shit's affordable. It's really nice.
They're not that cheap here though. That's the thing.
Oh, really? Yeah, I got a 65-inch for $1,000. 65-inch 4K 120 hertz, and it was $1,000. That was like I don't know how long ago it was that I had bought this TV. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. So
Okay,
But yeah, big. I'm a fan. I like them.
gotcha.
They're affordable.
So we didn't get one this weekend. We were gonna go to like Best Buy or Walmart or Costco or whatever and see what was out there. But I ended up bringing my first HD TV, which is a Sharp Aquos 27 incher,
Hmm.
720p. Oh my god, going back to a 720p TV after this is just like wow. And I hooked up. Of course, we have everything because it's not a smart TV, so I had to hook up a console to it to even get like the apps and stuff. So I, of course, hooked up the Series S to it, and man, yeah, that especially the menu, like the dashboard on that on the 720 is not pretty. Even though you
Huh.
set like resolution to like, I think it only goes down as far as 1080, but games don't look absolutely awful, but the UI and the menus and stuff definitely looks
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Okay.
Um, but anyway, so that was, not too fun, but we'll be getting a new TV hopefully soon, get that replaced. It's just
Yeah.
kind of a bummer because I would have rather replaced the bigger one sooner just because now it's like we're throwing away, like we have to buy another TV when I know the big one's going to go, like, it's got to be soon because it's like 10 years old, I
Wow.
think.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's like
That's a
10
good
years
life
old.
for a TV right now, man.
Oh, I know. When did the Xbox One X come out? Do you remember? Or the
Oh,
PS
Xbox One
or
X.
the PS4 Pro? Like I know they were a year apart, but
I want to
I
say it
got
was
the
18 time frame, 17, 18 time frame.
17, 18. So that's about
I think
roughly
so.
when I
Yeah.
would have got it, I think. I think it was definitely around the PS4 Pro time. Between that and the One X, I think is when I got it. So
17.
it's not quite
November
10 years.
7th, 17.
That's the Pro?
Yeah. Well, that's the Xbox One X.
Okay, so 2016 was the 4 Pro then. So I got it in
Probably,
between
yeah.
there, I think, because I'm pretty
Gotcha.
sure I got it before I got the One X, but after the Pro. So, um, yeah, so that's gonna be a thing. Other than that, no, it's pretty chill weekend. I'm hoping it's gonna end pretty chill with excitement with the Raptors. And yeah, what about you, Chris?
Let's see. Well, let's get work talk out of the way.
Oh God,
It is now May, so
it
I,
is
I
May.
officially have
Not gonna
one
be
month.
May anymore. It is May.
I
Justice
officially
League.
have 1 month left of work,
Mm-hmm.
and my entire team too. So Friday, I got to send out the email that said, "We've done all
You
we
out?
can for you. Leave my people alone."
Oh,
Like,
gotcha. Okay.
so it's like they need to be able to spend time looking for a job and that sort of thing. So like the majority of my team is using up all of their vacation time in the month of May. So most people are only working at most like a week or a week and a few days in the month of May.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of put together like a schedule of when people are going to be like around, like they're not using vacation time on those days, so that they had someone to reach out to. Like the new owners of all of our applications had people to reach out to if they needed support. So um but yeah, that was interesting, and I immediately got an email from my boss asking about a specific thing that we're supposed to have done this coming
You're like,
week.
I'm out.
So and I'm like, it'll be done, don't worry, it's fine. But so that's that. Still in process right now. I'm feeling pretty confident that I will have hopefully good news by next weekend. So knock on wood on that. Let's see what else is going on. Yesterday was Free Comic Book Day. I don't know if they do that in Canada, but
No idea.
around here, the first Saturday in May is Free Comic Book Day,
Okay.
and a lot of publishers, comic publishers, will make specific comics for a Free Comic Book Day for some of their big franchises, so that people can come in, kind of get a taste of what the comic is about,
Mm-hmm.
and decide if they want to buy into like a subscription for that comic. We missed last year. We used to do this. It used to be like a tradition with me and family friends of ours. And we used to go every year. We'd go get a few comic books. We'd go have lunch and just kind of chill out and make a day of it. Um, but like the two closest comic book stores to us both closed down.
Mm.
So it's not as lucrative a business as it was in the past. But we there was a really nice comic book store that my wife, my neighbor, and then another family of ours that all went. And I bring this up because I've talked about Dungeon Crawler Carl on the show
Hmm.
before, and I'm on the third book of that series. There's currently 7 books, and the eighth book comes out later this year. Well, they had a zero comic for Dungeon Crawler Carl, and apparently, later this month they're going to be releasing a graphic novel that I think is associated, like, is parallel to the first book, because the Zero comic is the beginning of the first book. So it was one of those things, and I didn't realize how popular this was. It was the first comic to just not be, to be gone.
Just gone, yeah.
Yeah, for free comic book day. When we got there, so the store opened at 11 and we got there at like 11:10 or something like that. It was pretty
Hmm.
early, and went back there, and there were I don't know exactly how many. It was like 7 or 8 copies left. And I grabbed 4 of them because I knew that there were 4 of us in our party that wanted to get it. So I
Yeah,
grabbed 4 of them, handed them out, and then turned around and left, and by the time I came back, the others were gone.
yeah,
So I didn't realize how popular this series has gotten, but like my friend and his wife are both reading it. Like one of them is on the last book, and one of them is on like the 5th book. And yeah, I had one of my teammates at work introduced it to me. Like, I don't know, like if you're into like fantasy type novels, this book series is really good, and I highly suggest it. It's kind of a cross between um trying to think. It's like Dungeons and Dragons and Hunger Games. It's really interesting. So, and
hmm.
it's comedic too. So it's not as serious as Hunger Games. Actually, I'll also include Hitchhiker's Guide.
Hitchhiker's Trilogy.
So yeah, so it's like Dungeons and Dragons, Hitchhiker's Guide, and Hunger Games,
Oh,
like
God, I gotcha.
all together. So it's a lot of fun. It's very funny. It's got some really cool stuff in it. I've audibly laughed more than a dozen times, or
Hmm.
however many. So highly suggested. And I highly suggest the audiobook, because the dude that does the audiobook is amazing. Like, he does all the voices and everything. He's great.
So for the
Um,
comic book day, do you just get to pick like one comic for free, or can you get whatever ones the publishers put out there?
well, it's so the publishers will supply free comics, like an
Hmm.
actual like comic specific for Free Comic Book
Yeah.
Day.
So you can't
And
get multiple of whatever those are, or can you
that
just get
depends on
one?
the store. So that
Okay.
depends on the store. So the store that we went to, they were saying 5 comics per person, which was
Okay.
amazing. Like, I've never seen that many. I grabbed
Hmm.
4. I know my wife grabbed 5. We gave some to the kids. Um, and I think everybody else in my party got 5, but
Gotcha.
um, yeah, I will definitely be looking into the Dungeon Crawler Carl graphic novel, or if it's a comic series, that. And there's at least one comic series that my kids are now interested in, and my neighbor was picking up like 30 comics at this store
Jesus.
that
Yeah.
he has like subscriptions to. He said it's been a few months since he's been back, but yeah, he like walked away with he had like this comic box that he puts
Hmm.
everything in. He had more comics than would fit in the box. So that's what ended up happening.
I
But
miss that. I haven't collected comics since I don't fucking know, like
I
sometime in high
never
school,
have. I never did, and that's
and it
I
was very
think
short lived.
I've been more into comics in, the past, I would say 5 to 6 years than I
Hmm.
ever have. So,
I
um,
think it's really hard to start. I think that's the thing. It's like it's so
yeah,
hard to like where do I want to start reading Batman or Spider Man? Like where the fuck do you start? You know, it's like and
yeah,
getting
because there's
into the
so
ground
many,
floor stuff. Yeah, is easy. Like that's when I got into it. I got into it when Image was brand new. Basically, it was like 5 months in. So I started collecting Spawn at like issue 5, I believe. So then I of course got 1 through 4, and then I continued that for like 2 years, and then Cyber Force and Wildcats and stuff like that. Not a lot of Marvel stuff, but
There
we'll
was
see.
a few years back. I don't remember. I think it was like 3 years ago. We went for Free Comic Book Day, and I went to a store that was near us, and I was going to like air quotes subscribe to Star Wars High Republic because it was brand new. It was just coming out, so I could start. And actually, I knew where my starting point is, and I
Yeah.
was like, "All right, cool, I'll do that, and I can come back and monthly and get comics."
Mm-hmm.
Um, like that, like a few weeks later, that store closed down. So
Oh,
I never got to get into
oh,
it at all. And now it's like I don't even know which comics those were. Like I went back to
yeah.
when we were at the store yesterday, I was looking at some of the like the graphic novels they had, and they had like one omnibus, and I didn't know which one was the ones that I was trying
That you were trying to
to
collect
subscribe
for.
to, right?
Yeah.
I will say this, I did see uh an omnibus for like the old 80s Transformers
Well,
comics.
what's an omnibus? Is that where it's a bunch
It's
of them
like
in
all of
one
the comics in
hardcover?
the series in one book.
Gotcha. Okay.
And this thing was like, if you're looking at the screen, it was like this thick. Like it was
Yeah.
thousands of
The thick
pages.
boy.
It
Yeah.
was easily over 1,000 pages.
Gotcha.
And it was like, I think it was like $65. And I'm like, that's not bad for what this is. And I did consider that, but I decided against it.
Hmm.
I want to make sure I have paper in hand that I have a job before I start spending any
Yeah,
money.
yeah, we start spending stuff on it. Yeah, I can see that. I wonder if the whole like if them closing down. Do you think it's because a lot of people are going to digital for comics, or do you think just not enough people are collecting them anymore or reading them?
I
Because so
think
many people do.
digital is part of it. I think that there's also online comic stores, right? So that makes
Oh
things
yeah, you could just order them online. Yeah,
yeah, that makes
totally.
things a little bit less convenient or more convenient
More
than
convenient.
going to a store.
Yeah.
So but and then that's the thing. It's like a lot of these stores though, they're now turning into more like nerd stores. It's not just
Yeah, you
comic
go and
books.
you play
It's like
Magic and you
yeah,
play like
comic books,
Yu-Gi-Oh and
magic
shit like that.
cards,
Yeah,
yeah,
game board,
like
board game stuff.
board games, D&D,
Yeah,
tabletops, all that stuff. So,
yeah.
and that's really that's the right thing to do to survive. But when you
Hmm.
walk into the store, it was a comic book store. Like
Yeah,
it was huge, and they had like figures all over the place, and like it was really really cool. And it's in Buckhead, which is like it's just north of Atlanta. It's considered like Midtown. Um, and it looks like it was an old house in that area because there's different rooms and in the rooms have different like themes and stuff like that. So
hmm.
it was a really, really cool little store.
Nice.
But and then today it's been, we're still trying to get the kids through the end of the year so they can, enjoy their summer. But yeah, that's it for me. So
Good
let's
shit.
talk some games, Jeff. What do we got?
Sure. I did something. I took a gamble, kind of gave into a little bit of the FOMO. I would say it's educated FOMO. I picked up
Educated
Saros.
FOMO? That's a good one. I like
Yeah,
that.
I picked up Saros because it's not. I didn't play Return. Okay, no, I did play Returnal. I tried Returnal, and after like an hour or something, I was like, "This isn't for me." It's a
Yeah.
roguelite. I wasn't in the mood for it. I was like, "I'm not." I just no thanks. It's very hard. Um, and then I kind of when Sony first showed off Saros at whatever direct or state of play they did, or it might have been the Game Awards. I can't remember what it was. I'm like, this looks cool. Like it looks like it's got more story to it. That was like one thing I knew. Like, okay, it's got more story. Um, and I
The
started
gameplay
like,
looks very different as well because of the it almost feels like it has like a shmup type
I think the
atmosphere
first
like with
one
some of
does
the
too, though. The first
I
one
don't
kind of
remember
did.
it being as evident if that
Oh,
is the case.
really?
I don't yeah, cuz with Returnal I got through to the either the third or the fourth biome. I can't remember which one
Okay,
it
you got
was,
off
but
further than me then. Yeah.
yeah, so it was like there's this large desert with like ruins and everything, and I can't remember what biome it is. It's not the first one. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't know which one it is, but it's
Yeah.
not the first one. But I don't remember at least not as evident as like that first boss that you put a video up for. Like that was
Oh yeah, yeah,
very
yeah.
shmup like. That was
Oh,
very
100
shmup like.
percent. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You are dodging. Balls are flying at you fast, and yeah, heavy, and you got to dodge through, backwards, forwards, left, right, absorb. Um, but yeah, this one story was one thing. They alluded to it's a little bit more accessible, which I think it is so far because you do unlock. You do spend currency, like when you kill enemies, you pick up this currency. When you die, you'll lose like half of it. So then you go and you have a skill tree, and you're unlocking nodes, which could be like give you a little bit more health, give you a little more of this, whatever. So it does give you that kind of permanent upgrade per run when you spend this currency on it,
Okay.
and it's capped at each boss. So each biome, you can only get a certain amount of upgrades, and then you can't get any more. Then it just comes down to the
Hmm.
RNG because it's like a roguelite where you're picking up different weapons that have different effects on it, um, and you're picking up things that increase your health, your power, and there's another one I can't remember. Your overall power meter is basically like what tier guns you're going to get early in your run. So you'll start off like level one, so you're getting like level one or level two guns. And then eventually, as you go through the this tree, you'll start getting like level like seven guns at the start. Like you won't get anything lower than a level seven. So
Hmm.
you kind of like make progress that way. And then the whole game is like you're part of this echelon team that goes up to this planet. Something's going on, some like beacon or whatever, and you're apparently like the fourth team to go up there and find out what happened. Um, and you don't know what's going on. All those weird shit's happening as it would, in a strange planet, and you keep dying, coming back to life. And each biome you do first half of the run is basically just like kind of building up your thing, your character. Then you basically initiate eclipse, and when you do that, the level gets harder in that every upgrade you pick up in that level gives you a negative. So it's like, okay, this is going to add like +5 to all your stats. But now if you stand still and shoot, it's going to do like half damage. So it's every positive you get has a negative. A lot of the negatives aren't too bad. Like one of them is like you take fall damage, which at least as far as I've played, there's not too much like fall damage you could take really, as long as you're smart about when you dash before hitting the ground. So there's kind of like a little bit of a trade off there, and then you open up this shortcut to the boss. So then any run you can kind of do the first half, then go to the boss, instead of having to do both halves of the level, if that makes sense. So it's like first half, eclipse half, boss. But when you get to the boss, at least I'm only in the second biome, you get a shortcut to the boss. So you do like the first half, and then you can go into the boss if you want to,
Okay,
basically.
so you have to trigger the eclipse in order to finish
You
the biome,
do.
right?
At least
Okay,
in the
okay.
first two biomes I've done, you have to. The difference is once you get that shortcut open, you don't have to go through the eclipse part of the level before the boss. You can just go in and fight the boss.
Oh, okay.
So
So, but you said a lot of the upgrades you get after you
after you
reach
pull
the
the
eclipse
eclipse, they're
portion.
better. Yes, they're better upgrades, but they all have a
Oh, they
negative
all
to
okay,
it.
okay. I
Yeah.
was gonna say is it sounded like there was more of a negative to it, and
Hmm.
my question was gonna be, is it possible to get enough upgrades at the beginning where you don't have to
Yes.
pick up anything in the
Yeah.
eclipse area? Okay.
100%. That's how I beat the first biome by not doing this, because I was actually dying quite a bit in the eclipse part of it because the enemies get harder. They
Yeah.
start shooting. So they have like a standard shot which is like blue, and the blue stuff of course is damage. You can dash through everything. You have invincibility frames, but you also have a shield mechanic in this one. And I apologize now to anyone yelling if I say anything that is in Returnal. I don't know if any of this stuff is new. As far as I know, the shield mechanic is new. But if you hold down melee, it puts a shield around you, a blue shield that'll absorb any blue bullets basically,
Mm,
and that
okay.
powers up your power weapon, which is basically like your arm. Um, I've found two so far. You can shoot out this big like pulse of like a missile basically that does like big damage. So you want to absorb that blue stuff to be able to use your power weapon. So that's like a key kind of like loop where it's like you're shooting your regular gun. Then when you see these blue bullets, you want to absorb them, and then that powers up your basically big damage gun. The second one I got with that power is it fires off like a machine gun type thing, And then any enemy and everything is pretty much all the weapons are pretty much auto aim, or like
Okay.
kind of heat seeking, unless specifically it tells you it turns off auto target, and then you're just aiming. I haven't messed with that too much because you're moving so fast and around. I don't want to concentrate on where I'm actually aiming. I just want to get the vicinity of where I'm aiming and hope shit hits.
That's
Um,
see, that's interesting because one of the things I was gonna ask you is what does the shooting feel like? So if you're not
Shooting
actually
feels good.
yeah, if you're not actually aiming down sights though, and you're just trying to shoot in the general vicinity, and then it like magnetically seeks out the enemy that you're trying to fire at, that would make it significantly less intimidating.
Yeah, it
Um,
is. Yeah, it
okay.
helps for sure, and it does cool stuff with the triggers because it's got the haptic and the resistant trigger. So, pulling the right trigger shoots your regular fire. Holding the left trigger halfway does your alt fire, which is kind of like an ADS kind of. It doesn't really go right down your sights, but it does do a little bit of a farmer aim, I guess, kind of. But it's cool because when I read this in reviews and stuff, I'm like, well, that sounds like I'm just going to automatically like just pull that left trigger all the way just by habit. But because the resistance triggers, it's basically no resistance, and then all of a sudden it's heavy resistance.
Yeah.
So it's very easy just to stop at the half, and then you pull the left trigger all the way down, and that activates your power. That aims your power move with your arm, your right arm.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, you
yeah,
answered what my next question was gonna be, is if they were actually using the resist trigger like that, and
yeah,
I'll be honest with you, I think that's super smart. It essentially is giving you 2 extra buttons, right? So,
hmm
in a way,
yeah, essentially,
so yeah, really, really good way to use that.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So what was I talking about there? Yeah, so um, and also when you do a biome, you start at the next biome. So it's not like most roguelites where even if you get to like the third, fourth, fifth biome, when you die, you are at the very beginning and you got to go through them all again. Or,
Mhm.
of course, some games have skips in them where you can just kind of
Yeah,
like take a
like
shortcut.
yeah.
This you don't. You can literally just start. There's a teleporter. You can go to whichever biome you want to at the beginning of it. So
Does it
you
start
can't
you
do
out
that.
with better gear at the beginning of
You
the
it wipes out your gear. If
okay.
any except for permanent upgrades that you open up on the the skill tree. You keep that. So you keep whatever gun you died with, but any kind of like upgrades you got within that level are wiped out or start at zero. Not they don't start at zero. They start at whatever you have their starting stats as with the skill tree stuff. So
Gotcha, okay.
yeah. Um, so that of course brings me to like my issue is not with this game. It's with all roguelites. Is okay. So like when you're playing a game like Elden Ring or like Bloodborne or the later Dark Souls games, like not including Demon Souls and Dark Souls, where they had really, really bad boss runs if you died and you basically died a boss and you got to go through and be like, now I got to go like to fight this boss again. I got to go all the way through this section to get to the boss. That's the deflating part that bugs me the most with roguelites is
Mhm.
I hate getting to a boss, getting them close to death or not close to death, dying, and then just knowing I got to do that
You gotta
all
do it
over
all
again.
over again.
And
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to get the same stuff again because you could be having an amazing run, be like, I am doing like right now before we started this, I finally got to the second biome boss. I've never gotten to the second biome boss before. And I got him down to his third health bar like halfway through on my first try. And I already used my second chance before I got to the boss, which is basically something you unlock on the skill tree where if you die, you get a second chance. You revive with like half health or something like that. And I was like, that was my first shot, and I got him that far down. And then I was like, all right, when are we recording? Another 20 minutes? I'm like, okay. And then I was like, oh shit, I got to at least do half that level again and go do. I'm like, I don't have time to do that because
Yeah.
it's just deflating. It's like I got to do that
Yeah.
all again. But once I start it, a run, it's great. It feels so good. The
Yeah.
shooting feels great. Like the traversal feels great. It's the level design is great. The level changes each time you go into it with different layout or even like different
Oh, is it, like,
environmental
procedurally
hazards.
generated?
I don't think it's procedurally generated. I think there's a bunch of different rooms that they just connect them differently.
Oh, I see, okay.
Or in some of them
Yeah.
you'll go in through reverse, and they'll have different enemies in them sometimes, and So you'll have some runs where I'm like, I easily got to the halfway point, and then some they'll throw like 2 or 3 elites in a room, and you're just like, well, this is much harder than the boss is going to be. So it's kind of like rolling the dice there.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I
but
mean,
yeah,
it
the
looks
voice line,
good, man. What I've seen of it so
pretty.
far, it looks like it's good. I'm having to resist because I know I'm gonna run into that wall again.
That's
It's
what.
like I think I will probably pick it up, but I'm gonna wait until I can get it on sale or
On
something like
sale.
that. So yeah,
Yeah.
and like I even with Returnal, like I remember being pretty big into Returnal for the first like few weeks, and then I just trailed off. Something else came out or something like that, and it changed. That like I changed gears and just didn't go back. And it's and that has nothing to do with Returnal. That just has to do with like who I am as a gamer. Like that happens to
Yeah.
me a lot. So,
Like,
um,
luckily, the next big game I want to get, like big game, isn't till Forza, which is May 19th, I
hmm.
believe. So it's got that long, but if a new game were to say come out like this week, that's a big game, and I don't get to like say the fourth or like biome by then, it might get to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm just not good enough for this shit. But I've heard after you beat the second biome, it opens up the modifiers, which you can put on your character, which make the game a lot easier as well. You can choose not to use them
Hmm.
if you don't want to, but they are there, and I think it's kind of a similar thing. You have to pick one from the positive and then one from the negative. But it apparently, I've seen people complain, of course, as people do online, that there is a feature
Everybody
in
has a problem with
there that.
something.
Exactly. Like all the purists are like, yeah, it's not hard enough. It's like, well, fuck you. Like if you played Returnal like 5 times and you have like 150 hours into it, I don't think any of those people are gonna find Saros hard. Like unless they like start you off at like the most impossible difficulty, they're not gonna find that hard. You're just used to the game. It's like like if Shantae was a hard game, you would not find them hard. You know what I
No.
mean? Like I don't know if they're hard or not. I have no clue. I'm just saying someone like
Well,
you who
the first
plays.
game was kind of hard.
Oh yes, it was.
But
But yeah,
yeah,
but
the first game that I just finished playing was kind of hard, but all the rest of them,
yeah,
that was the hardest of all of them.
yes. Well, I
But
guess any game that you're used to, like I played through Elden Ring like 3 times from beginning to end, like the main story, and 2 and 3 times going
you
through
could
that
say
were
that even about
much
genre,
easier.
right? You can even
Exactly.
say
It
that about
doesn't matter.
genre. It's like
Exactly.
there's a lot of Metroidvanias in general that I just don't find hard. And like with the 2D platforming, it's like we've had this conversation in the past, like
Hmm.
especially with like with the three of us,
Shinobi
like
and
when it
stuff.
comes to some of the harder 2D platforming, that's always something that I've always enjoyed doing, where
Ah,
you guys haven't enjoyed it nearly as much as I
yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Until Mio. Fuck that game.
That's right.
No,
That's right.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding. but
So
but yeah, I think it's just if you're into that game, and there are people it's hard to reel yourself in those scenarios and try and be like, well, it's not that hard. It's like
that's
it might not
yeah.
be hard for me, but it's hard for it. Like if
Yeah.
someone's not like into exploratory 2D platforming, it might be hard for
It's gonna
them,
be
right?
hard.
So
Yeah.
it's hard to reel that in. It's hard to
I
reel that in.
I thought this game was pretty damn hard at the beginning, and it took me a while to get to beat the first boss. Like,
Yeah.
I think it took me. I think I had 14 total deaths by the time I beat the first boss, and I saw people like that I know who were like, "Oh, I only died 3 times. I'm in the second biome," and I'm like, I got to stop letting that get to me and be like, I'm really fucking bad because like what I did was like you can grind for this material or whatever to open up stuff on your thing. So I decided to do that this morning, or I can't remember, might have been yesterday. So I started from the very beginning biome, and I played all the way through it. The first half, did the eclipse, did the second part with all the eclipse part, and then fought the first boss again. I didn't die, so it's like
Mm.
you get used
You
to
get
that
better.
because you've
Yeah.
played that level so much, and that boss, like once you know the pattern and where these certain types colored like attacks are coming from, it's like any other game that is pattern based or pattern driven. You're gonna know, and it becomes easier. It's the patience to be like, I'm willing to put in the work kind of thing, and getting rid of that lizard brain thing in me that if I don't get progress, I feel like I wasted my time, which is a big problem with me with roguelites. Like if I don't
Yeah.
make progress, I feel like I just wasted an hour, whatever time that was playing that game. And luckily this has this tree, so majority of the time when I do fuck up a run and I eat shit,
Yeah. You at
I
least
can at
make
least
some
unlock
progress on
something.
the tree. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then but then of course once you get to the point where the tree's capped for that biome, then that's when it comes down to now I got to get good or get fucking lucky. It's got to get one or the other. I got to get the good drops,
Yeah.
or yeah, or I need to get good. And you learn the levels, you learn all the like the patterns of even like I'm at the point in the second biome where I know the room layout now. Like when I we'll go into them, like okay, this is this room. There's probably going to be these two elites that are probably going to spawn here, and then I know which weapons I should kind of use for certain situations. So it's like I am loving it. It's kind of got a Doom feel to it too because of how crazy just it just feels doomy. It's hard to explain. The sound
With all
effects
the
kind of
with
sound
the way all the
doomy.
bullets are coming at you
The
too.
bullet, yeah, especially like
Yeah.
the one, and so it's a lot faster moving though, but it just kind of feels like that. Just how much you're moving around and shooting shit in the face, and I like the characters. The story's nothing super crazy yet. I don't really know what's happening. To be honest with you, I don't really care. The main character seems pretty cool. He's a good voice actor. Um, I just know some shit's happening. I don't know if people are dying. If I don't know. Sometimes I'm picking up audio logs if they're from a previous echelon, if they're from the echelon I'm part of. There's a hub. There's a hub area now. So every time you die, there's people in your crew, like your team. It's kind of like a E33 kind of thing. That's the vibe I get, where it's like
Oh, like the campfire
previous teams
thing.
are down there and they've
Oh, okay, okay.
disappeared. So you're kind of going there to figure out what happened. And so of course you got your crew on there. And I know there's some woman that I'm trying to find, which I'm assuming is a love interest of whatever, because they'll show like like these kind of vague cutscenes every time you die really quickly. Um, but yeah, and it does look gorgeous. It looks pretty. The
Yeah, it does
HDR
look
in it
really
looks
good.
fantastic. But yeah, so I'm enjoying it. It's another roguelite that I've put on my I really like, and that's not there's Absalom in this and Dead Cells and Hades, but
Yeah.
Dead Cells and Hades I never even like got close to beating either.
And that's the
So
thing is like Dead Cells was the first one I ever beat.
yeah,
Well,
I never
wait, is
beat it.
that
It's one
true?
I liked, but I never beat it.
There was another one. I just happen to have my Steam list up over here.
Well, there was that
There
night
was
game.
another
That's the
one.
one. That's the first one I remember a lot of people liking. I didn't like it
Yeah,
though.
yeah. I know what you're talking about, and that's the one
Yeah,
that's the first one I played, I think. But Dead Cells was next, and like I remember that feeling, man, where you get to like pretty far in a run, and you've got good drops and stuff like that, and especially when it's like you end up dying to something that you was obviously a mistake on your
yeah.
part. Like that's the
Yeah.
worst is when you fuck up and it's like, ah, and now I don't know if I'm going to get those drops again. I don't know. It's like things can all work together to make it a good run, and then you can turn around and get none of that
And
shit.
then it just feels like it's like a kick to the balls. Man. It's just like
Yeah.
fuck. But it's so satisfying when things do go right, and like the hits feel great. The melee actually does a lot of damage, so that's kind of has like a Halo aspect where I am going up and meleeing things because it does so much damage. But the
Hmm.
power weapons, man, like if you hit the main power weapon you have, like it's like a missile type thing, and if there's other enemies in its vicinity, they all blow up too. The one that has a machine gun, I don't think I mentioned this. I made a mental note, but any enemy you hit with that blue shit that you shoot out
Yeah.
and you kill them, they spawn like a fountain that lands on the ground and it spurts out the like blue thing, and that does damage to any enemy that goes through there. So in the second biome, that's my go-to for that weapon. And when you can get a few of those around the arena, you're just tearing through shit because no matter where they go and if they try following you, they're taking damage at all times, and it's so great
Huh.
because it's like you're
Interesting.
just fucking shit up. And it's when you fuck up a room, an arena, really quickly, it's very satisfying. It just
Nice.
sucks when you're the one getting fucked.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just like, oh. But yeah,
Good
I
stuff.
am really enjoying it. We'll see how long it lasts. I hope I can beat it. People say it's not that long. That's probably for people who are used to this type of thing. For me, I
Yeah.
could be looking at 40 hours when people are beating it in like 20. I don't know. I'm pushing it
I
like eight
mean,
hours and I'm on the second biome. So
oh, okay. But I mean, that honestly, that shows how much you're enjoying it though,
Yeah,
because you've
it's
been
fun. Yeah.
essentially on just the first two stages and you put in 8 hours into it. So that's
Yeah,
good.
I think I'm probably around 8, 7 or 8. I think it
There's
definitely took me
there's
4 hours
also
to beat the first biome.
it's also the carrot, right? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you upgrade the tree a little bit, and it's like, all right, let's see how much better that makes it for me.
yep.
And that's the way they get you
And
with those games. It's like
and when you
it's
feel
a
it, yeah,
yeah,
it's
the
like
incremental changes, and when you actually feel the changes, that's when it feels really satisfying. So
yeah, the second biome, I was getting my butt kicked in like the first or second room for a while, and now I can easily get to like halfway through the eclipse. I think I got to the boss, so I must have opened up the shortcut for the second boss. So I'm gonna, yeah, I think I should. Hopefully, next time we talk, I will be on the third or maybe even fourth biome. We'll see.
crossing fingers.
Yeah. Other than that, though, man, I the game I was playing before that, oddly enough, because I was having my gamer ADD and nothing was sticking. The one game that did stick was Witcher 3.
Oh
I
wow.
I started
Okay.
Witcher 3 again because I wanted to play through the two DLCs because I never did finish the two DLCs. I think I got to the end of both of them, and this is years ago, so I don't think I ever finished them. Like, I might as well just start again with my new game plus save. But and that was the one that stuck, and I played that for a couple days, and then I got Saros, and I haven't gone back to it yet. But and also,
Gotcha.
if the rumor's true, there's going to be another expansion for Witcher 3
Yeah.
either
How
late
about
this
that?
year or early next year. So
Yeah.
kind of want to be ready for that. Yeah, that's
Good stuff.
crazy. If that's actually true, that's nuts. That they're adding
From what I understand, it
expansion.
is like just CD
Yeah.
Project Red, like supporting a game that's not even their most recent game. Like this game's been out for
No.
like a well over a decade,
Dude,
I think, right?
that was
So
definitely. It was definitely before the mid-gen refreshes for sure.
yeah,
I think so. But yeah. What about you, Chris? What have you
good
been
on
playing?
them. Let's see. Let's start with Pragmata.
Sure, it's a great
So
game.
it is a great game. Last week we talked about how we had finished it, and we were talking about New Game Plus, and we were talking about the unknown signal mode.
Yes, I've
I
not
got
heard of
through
it.
the unknown signal mode. So unknown signal mode, you after you beat the game, you see the ending. It'll show up on the main menu, and you can select unknown signal, and it will take your the save that you beat it with, and it will put you like the next thing you have to do is go fight the boss. Like it basically puts you right at the end. And it's and like Cabin comes and says, "Hey, unknown signal or whatever," and it shows up on the map, and you follow it to the map, and you get out, and there's a room. I'm not going to say anything about the room. There is a little surprise in the room, but uh, there's 10 pods, and they're all VR like mission pods. And it's not the same as like the training. There's only one goal is to get through the mission. It's not like do this and then do this for this
Oh
this
yeah,
prize
yeah,
and
yeah,
then do
yeah.
this to in a certain amount of time to get this prize. It's not
Hmm.
like that. They're missions. You get into the VR pod and you do a mission. And you have to unlock them all. So the first one comes already unlocked. And then 2 through 10, there's specific things you have to do to unlock. You either have to get 100% on a particular sector, or you have to go and beat a new version of the boss in that sector. So there's more difficult versions of every boss. So I was able to get through all that, and that all felt pretty good. And I will say that, like, I never felt like in Pragmata any of it was really that super hard. Like the game is
No,
not
yeah, that's
overwhelming.
yeah. It's fair.
Um,
It's like a yeah. It's fine.
I think in the main game I may have died once. I don't remember, but
I definitely died more
uh,
than once. But
okay. Well, I mean, I also, me, I also go and find all the upgrades before I do
that's
anything. So
true.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like I'm stocked when I go into
yeah.
anything. So yeah, I didn't die much. I think I even beat the final boss on my first try.
Hmm.
Um, Even fighting the upgraded version of all these bosses, I think I died on one of them. But it was still not too bad.
Yeah.
until I got to the final boss, who whipped the fucking shit out of me. Holy
Yeah.
crap. That was rough. Like it is significantly harder when you fight the more difficult version of the final boss. And I basically just kind of had to look up to get a better strategy than the one I was trying to use. But the big thing is that at one point, uh, you get a specific move that requires you to hold down the L1 button. Um,
I
Hold
know what
that
you're
shit
talking about.
down until it's fully charged, man. That's
Yeah.
what you got to do.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, it was a great time. I got through it all. All the missions are interesting. One the last mission, Jeff, do you remember the the bots that had like the blades on their forearms? They're pretty big. They almost look like they're transformers, like super fast going around that like
Oh
they fly
yes.
all over the place.
Yeah, they had the
Um
like the Kung Lao type helmet thing.
yeah, last stage
Okay.
has two of them and they're both corrupted. And you have to
Oh,
fight them both
awesome.
at the same time.
Yeah.
So that was rough. That one, I think I died on that one.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was a great time. And I highly suggest Pragmata. It's a great game. I actually went and just kind of looked at all the trophies and like, am I going to try and get this platinum? And it said beat the game on whatever it
Oh, that's
was,
what I've
like
seen some people
the
call
hardest
out.
difficulty. And I'm
Yeah.
like, nope, not doing that. So I
Yeah,
just kind of moved on.
ludicrous or something like that, or
Yeah.
whatever, like difficulty. Yeah.
um maybe one day, but I'm not ready for that right now.
Yeah.
um After that, just kind of touched on several things. So last week we talked a little bit about the the new update for Ball Pit. So I played a
Hmm.
little bit more Ball Pit. Just I unlocked a couple of the new characters. One of them is really cool. Like so each character in Ball Pit has uh, uh, like a
Like a
special perk,
gimmick, kind
right?
of. Yeah.
A gimmick for them, yeah. So for example, one of them, there's one guy that you know, you have a certain number of balls that you throw out at one time, and he throws all of them at the same time in like an arc, right? So that's just one of them. The two that I got, one of them was called like Tippy Toe or something like that, and it said that essentially the enemies can't perceive you, so but you have half health, so the
Hmm.
enemies can't actually, they don't know where you are when they're firing shit, but you have
Yeah.
half your normal health.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's not as interesting. But the other guy that I opened up, basically it makes it so that the top and the bottom of the screen are connected. So rather than bouncing
So it
off the
goes
top and the bottom
through.
of the screen, it
Yeah.
goes through. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and that was really cool. Like I was trying to take a screenshot. I have to go find it. But like I was like, the way that I play this game is there's ways to like, and the regular small white balls, they just call them baby balls. There's several items that you can pick up that increase the number and increase the damage of your baby
Hmm.
balls. This sounds really bad, but this is what it is.
Yeah.
um and I took a couple screenshots that I have to go find them, but literally the entire screen is just filled up with the
The
small white
small
balls. There's
balls.
so many. And it's like, you know, when I was first playing through it, I was posting like screenshots of how much damage some of the ball combinations that I created were doing, like DPS wise. At this point, nothing I do is better than the small white
Then the
balls.
small balls.
The last round that I did,
Who knew?
the DPS was over 2200 on the just the regular balls,
Wow.
and it's just crazy. And it's because there's so many of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but you know, the whole idea is that for ball pit, the balls bounce around until they hit the bottom, and when they hit the bottom, the white ones disappear and the special balls come back to you so you can throw them again.
Hmm.
Here, they're just going through the top and the bottom, so the white balls just keep adding up because they never actually go away. It's so it was nuts, like really cool stuff. I unlocked a building that opened up adventures mode, which allows you to basically, after you beat the boss at a stage, you can just keep going on that stage. So I don't know what the advantage to that would be, but maybe if there's a particular stage that you like and you can get a lot of gold or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I haven't gotten everything yet because you have to actually go through the stages and unlock the blueprints and all that stuff. So I'm still working through that. But man, that game is so good. That game is so good. $15 is a steal for that game. Um, let's see. A little more Shantae on Wednesday, and got through chapter 2. So this coming Wednesday I'll be doing chapter 3 on stream. Man, the one they just put out last year for game GBA, it's really fun. The I would suggest, like, if you want a good laugh out of a game's story, like the second chapter of Shantae Advanced, it's pretty funny.
Pretty funny.
Go check out the video of that. It should be up before this. I actually have to just upload it. Um, let's see. Played some more Replaced. I think I'm at Uncle Ben. So
Oh, okay. So the first
I
boss,
haven't beaten him yet. Yeah, the first like big boss, I'm at him now. Like fucking so many encounters in that termite area.
yeah, there are. Yeah.
But yeah, super fun. That game is really cool. I do have, once in a while I do have my kind of irk to the way the platforming works, because it's
Yeah.
like we talked about the platforming a lot when the first time we talked about it. But it is very, very picky when it comes to where you are when you jump, and uh how it interprets that jump, because the jump isn't always the same. Like it is context sensitive in some
Mhm.
cases, depending on where you're jumping. And if there's a particular jump that you have to make to try and grab a bar, for instance, if you're off by like a pixel,
You're not
you don't
making
grab
that.
the bar
Yeah.
and you fall to
Yeah.
your death. You have to do it again. So
So true.
um yeah, the good thing is there's no penalty, right? You just come back and you're at it again. So it's easy to overlook it. But yeah, that game is super fun. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm liking the story too. Like the story is really
It's pretty
interesting.
cool.
Like what,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
interesting.
what's his name? Wrench,
The
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 AI.
main
What's his
dude.
name?
Oh,
Yeah,
Reach.
Reach. I
Reach.
don't know why I said Wrench, but yeah, like just the way he's kind of just discovering things as he wanders this outside this world outside of Phoenix City. Like it's
Hmm.
really interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool. I want to play through that
Um,
again. So.
what
They
else?
just added a. They just updated it. I think. I think now you can do like chapter select and stuff like that now, which is
Yeah, they
cool.
said they fixed the chapter select now or something like that.
Well, there
But
wasn't one before. They just added one. I think
oh, okay.
they did
I
fix some other stuff too. I think, but I didn't look at all the updates. But that was the one. The big update that I remember is they because now I can go back and like if I want to 100% the game, you can do it a lot easier
yeah,
because you can just go
I
and get the
do
stuff you missed.
I do like that they the way they introduce enemies to you, because in chapter 2, where the area that I was going through, they introduced a new termite that was more of an agile fighter. um and uh she has this combo where she attacks you 3 times, and you have to, like, you do a dodge counter, but I mean, you're using the counter every time,
But it's
but on
counter three
screen
times. Yeah.
it's dodge counter, right? And they introduce her to you by just she's the only one that comes out. She jumps out at you, and it basically gives you kind of it lets you figure out how to handle this type of enemy. And then they work her into the encounters, and I think
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah.
smart. It's really, really smart. Really, really good. Very player centric in my view, like the way they introduce new enemies and stuff like that. But yeah, it's great. I'm really enjoying that. I started I started Symphony of the Night again.
I saw you on that yesterday.
Because why not?
Hmm.
I'm actually I realized that I've never actually played all the way through in luck mode. So I'm playing in luck mode. And for those that don't know, in Symphony of the Night, you can put in a certain name, and it can unlock certain things. And there's a particular name you can put in that will give you 99 luck, but it will give you like 1 in every other stat. So you're like super squishy. But there's also a trick at the beginning where if you hit a particular enemy in just the right way, he will knock you straight through a door, and then straight through the entire next screen, and like onto the next screen. And the screen you go through is where the Grim Reaper takes all your shit. So you can literally skip that and you can
Oh, that's
start in
cool.
luck mode with all of your Alucard's
All
like
your
good
stuff.
shit.
Huh.
So so that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of cheating the system. But I'm not too far. I'm about 2 hours in. I'm on my way to get the spike breaker armor. God, game is so good. I don't know. I feel like every time I pick it up, it's like, yeah, yep, this is why this is
Still
my
my
favorite.
favorite game.
It's still my
Yeah.
favorite. Um, and then lastly, I started up Control again because the new Control is supposed to come out this year. And I know that like whenever I talk about it, I know that I didn't give it enough of a chance the last time I played it. So I only played it for a couple hours, but well, I think it's more like an hour and a half, but I'm already past where I was the
Oh
first
my
time I
god!
played through it.
Wow.
So I think I was just going really
Impressed.
slow.
I wanted. Was it my
So
game of the year that year? I can't remember. I can't remember what year it
Control?
came
I
out.
don't know,
Yeah.
maybe.
It
Let's
was
see.
definitely high on my list for sure.
Control.
I just can't remember what year it came out.
Oh, you mean our game of the year?
No, I know it wasn't ours, but mine, like as in my personal game of the year.
Let me
I
see.
don't think we were. No, were we even recording back then? We might. I don't
We
remember.
might. I think we were in our on our hiatus.
Gotcha.
So
But I think it might have been my game of the year that year. I just can't
hmm,
remember. I have to look up what year it came out and then see what else came out that year.
2019.
Oh,
It might have gotten
2019.
some wins. It does. I don't think it was. I don't think
So
it got.
we were still recording back then.
Were we? I
Yeah,
feel like
because we
that's
got
when we were on
well,
hiatus.
unless it was the year before, because we gave Spider Man our game of the year for 2018.
Yeah, but
So
2018 is when we were very sporadic, and we like
mm,
came back for our game of the year show. I think that year. I don't
yeah,
know.
it's
I'd
possible.
have to go back and look. I have to go back and look. But yeah, I'm enjoying that so far. I'll certainly go back and continue playing it. I've got a couple of other games that I downloaded that I want to mess with before next week, so we'll see how
Nice,
that goes. But yeah, Control. I'm at the first like big boss now. So and I think I remember getting to that boss the first time through, but I don't remember if I beat him or not.
mm.
So it's shortly after you get your first telekinesis power. So, um, but I honestly feel like my view of the game then, I feel like I thought the game was more complicated than it is because like the shooting is pretty easy to deal
Yeah, it's
with,
pretty
like the
straightforward.
and like you don't actually have to aim like directly at the dude when you're doing telekinesis. You pick the thing up, get in the general vicinity, it highlights a dude and you throw it, right? So that
I think
I
I your main problem was the map, wasn't it?
the map is an issue.
Because
Yeah,
that
the
was a
map is
lot of.
still
I
an
remember
issue.
that was a lot of people's issue
Yeah,
was the
the
lack
map
of
is
a
weird.
map, and you have to kind of read the signs basically on
Well,
little
no, there is a
walls.
map, but the map is
It's
like
terrible.
it's
Yeah, or it
bad.
was
Yeah,
terrible.
it doesn't really tell you how the levels are laid out and things like that. Like it needed a like a floor selector. Something that's been around since the, N64 and before days.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, it's having fun with that so far. Let's see. I think that's it though for me. So finished up Pragmata and then a little bit of a lot of things. The whole Symphony of the Night thing is like when I'm upstairs, I'm playing it on my TV upstairs.
mm,
But most when I'm down here, I'm trying to play something else. But yeah, it's good stuff, man.
very cool.
Um, Not really any news or anything today, but I do want
No,
to just, if you're up for it, I do want to touch base on a couple of things. Let me see if I still have it up. So next week is a pretty big week for indie games. Mixtape comes out next week, and Jeff, you were looking forward to this one, right?
oh yeah, that'll be a day one for me for sure.
Yeah. What is this game? What is it like?
It's made by the people. Did you ever play The Artful Escape?
No, I didn't.
It was basically like a side scroller, like kind of like a walking simulator side scroller based on like music. You're kind of like a Bob Dylan type character, like more we wanted to be like Bob Dylan. It was basically centered around kind of like music. It was like platformy. It's their second game. So this one too is kind of revolved around music. It takes place in the '90s and it follows these teenagers. And it's
Hmm.
kind of like I really don't know what type of game it's going to be. If it's going to be kind of like a don't nod or like a telltale, or if it's going to be more like a smorgasbord of like different types of game genres. I
Like
don't
split
know.
fiction.
Yeah, yeah, but less gamey. Like this is not going to be a video game as video game. I don't think by any means, because I'm not sure how much game's going to be there. Like they did preview it, and pretty much everyone who went to the preview event last year said it was really good. But there's a part where you look on a skateboard, but it's not like Tony Hawk levels of skateboarding. It's like very basic. It's kind of like going down the street and whatever. But it incorporates music really well apparently, and the characters are great. So I'm just hoping it's going to be a nice little like short kind of like just fun game to experience kind of thing. So I've been looking
Okay.
forward to that since it was announced a couple of years ago,
Very cool.
and I hope it reviews really well because I have it in my fantasy team.
You have it on your fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Also, next week is a couple of the games that were at that Evil Empire like showcase that they did. Dead as Disco, which seems like it's going to be Hi-Fi Rush like. So I want to see more about that, but it's certainly on my radar. And then the other one is Alabaster Down, which is made by the
That's
people
cool.
that did Crosscode, and looks really good. It's very
Jason played
pretty
it,
game.
right? Or did he
Jason
just
played Crosscode. He was looking forward to Alabaster
tell
Dawn.
about? Okay,
Um,
gotcha. Yeah.
yeah, we talked about that a little bit on the show a few weeks ago. But yeah, so I will likely be picking up one of those, either Dead as Disco or Alabaster Dawn,
Mhm.
probably Alabaster Dawn. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's just three like little indie games, so go take a look. And I'm big on supporting indie
We should bring
developers
back
right now
a
because
release list we used to do back in the day. Just
yeah,
have
yeah.
a
I
quick.
mean, I can certainly start putting it together. We haven't been doing it for a while, but I feel like I saw what was coming out next week, and I was like, let's talk about these.
Hey, some of these are interesting.
Yeah, cool. Let's see, Jeff. I think that might be a show, man. What do you think?
All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to bore everyone with stuff we don't really have ready to talk about. I'm sure we can make something up and talk about something, but we're not prepared.
I I do have
So,
a topic that I want to bring up, but I'd like to get some community feedback on it too. So I'm going to throw it out there on the question of the week topic, or channel on Discord. Uh, so yeah, well, for now we'll call that a show. So thank you all for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please tell a few friends about us. And if you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment. All of those things help us out a lot, and we very much appreciate them. Check us out on Wednesday nights, streaming at 7 p.m. I'll be doing part 3 of Shantae Advance. And then let's see, interactivedistractions.com. That'll lead you to our link tree, and the link tree will have our Discord on there. So come over to Discord, check out the question of the week this week, and come chat some games with us. We'd love to hear from you. But
definitely.
that's about it. So until next time, my name is Chris.
I'm Jeff.
Play your games, and we'll talk to you next week.